I would be happy with just about any of them on my team.
Oh yeah, they're all good players.
They're all studs.
Except one of them was a cheater, but I mean they're all studs. Hey guys, we're back. Talk Shit Sports. Jimmy Weed, Angel O. We've been out and about and doing some things, but we got some things to cover. We had a great fight this last weekend.
It was a very interesting fight. Also with a new record for indoors, 73,000 plus at
That's amazing.
AT&T Stadium. You know, people are just aching to get back to sporting events, big time events. And it showed, and you know what? We cannot say that Canelo is not the face of boxing right now, because if you pull 73,000 people into a stadium to watch you fight, that tells you a lot.
Well, it was good because there was fights. There was a fight in the ring. There's fights outside the ring as well.
Yeah, just like the week before too. Yeah. Just insane. People are just itching to get out there. And then
it's Texas,
and it was Texas too. So you mix a little beer, people anxious to get out, a Canelo fight. You're gonna see all sorts of stuff.
You get a bunch of alcohol and some Mexicans together. There's gonna be some fights.
Yeah,
there's gonna be there's some high blood pressure there, but that's like a normal Mexican backyard party,
Pretty much.
Or a wedding.
Pretty much.
There's always some chingazos.
You've got there, and all of a sudden a primo comes in, and he goes, "Oh yeah, way," or whatever. Dale.
And they think they're a Canelo.
Yeah, they think they're Canelo.
Supposedly they could have went pro. They could have been a pro boxer.
Yeah.
And then,
I could have been a contender.
I could have been there. I could have beat him, right? But this guy Saunders, I mean, some people were like, "Wow, he was doing good, this and that." I don't think he was.
I gave him 2 rounds. There's a lot of people that Chris Mannix, who's one of the broadcasters for DAZN, had him ahead. All I can say to Chris Mannix is, you know what? NBA playoffs are coming up. I don't see how he had Billy Joe Saunders ahead. Yes, he was throwing a lot of, Peter-pattered punches, but those shouldn't really count. Anyways.
I mean, Canelo was just sizing him up. He would just... Such a pro, I mean, in there just...
And he said that the fight wouldn't start until the 6th, 7th, 8th round, and there you go. It
I think he called it, right?
He called it. He called it. And the thing is, Billy Joe Saunders, undefeated since, I believe, 2008 or 2009. He was undefeated before, also as a middleweight champion, now a super middleweight champion. But then again... he had never faced the type of opponents that Canelo had. And it showed.
And he's never fought in front of 70,000 people.
Absolutely not. It showed. But the thing about Saunders is, if you're going to be that much of a trash talker, if you're going to talk shit, you better back it up. And that's where, people are really coming for him now. Because before this, he went really hard at Daniel Dubois, who got stopped by Joe Joyce before. And Daniel Dubois had a broken eye socket. And he took a knee, and he was counted out. And Billy Joe Saunders just went at him hard. He said, you know what? He goes, get carried out of the ring, bro. Get carried out of the ring. That's what Billy Joe Saunders said about Dubois. And then this happens, Granted, we don't know exactly how he felt at the time. But for someone who knows that, if you have an injury and you still go at him hard, this is verbatim what he said about Daniel Dubois. He said, this is Billy Joe Saunders. If my 2 eye sockets were broken, my jaw was broken, my teeth were out, my nose was smashed, my brain was beaten, I was not stopping until I was knocked out or worse. I don't agree with a man taking a knee and letting the ref count him out. Well, guess what, brother? I mean,
he had his opportunity to get carried out on a stretcher.
Absolutely.
Well, he went into the ambulance.
He went in an ambulance to, he had surgery.
He wasn't too happy with the fans trying to, when they were taunting him when he's going in the ambulance. They were like, say hi to Guadalajara.
Well, but that's the thing. I mean, you mean to tell me if you're going to be that brash, if you're going to come out and put somebody down who had, a broken eye socket, and then the same thing happens to you, and you tell the other guy that he needs to go out on his shield, and you quit on your stool, that's why people are coming at him.
Well, he's never like, who does he fight in Europe? I mean, these fights? He doesn't come to the States to fight these guys here. He found, it's out of his league. He was way out of his league. Canelo was just picking him apart, studying him. One shot, boom, done. That was it. And he saw the body punches started to come in.
Yes.
He was feeling them. He got paid and he went home.
Yeah.
Well, he went to the hospital first.
Yeah.
And then maybe he went to get a steak after Texas somewhere.
I don't know how long
Billy
it's going to
Bob's.
be. Look,
went to Billy Bob's.
He went to Billy Bob's and look, and Billy Joe Saunders, I don't know how long it's going to take for him to come back from an eye injury like that, because most guys that have that type of injury, they're never the same. They're never the same. And guys that have suffered something similar, who have had their eye completely shut. Fernando Vargas put out a picture of himself, of Eric Morales, of Chris Algieri, all with pretty much the same type of injury, and they all made it to the 12th round. They all finished the fight. And so Fernando Vargas goes, you know what? The problem with Billy Joe Saunders is that he pulled a heart muscle.
Yeah. He knew he knew he was going to be destroyed. After that.
God, he's getting destroyed, especially by La Raza. He's getting destroyed.
But right after, he knew that if he kept going, he was going to be.
Oh, absolutely. And the thing is, he didn't respond to his corner when they kept asking him, "Hey, you want to continue? Are you okay? Whatever." He really didn't respond. I believe he shook his head as I don't know if he was responding to, "Are you okay?"
The doctor came over.
You want me to stop it or what? But he never vocalized. At least there was no sound coming from that corner, which is a completely different issue, and that's a production problem by the zone itself. But his corner, his trainer decided to stop the fight, and let him live for another fight, another day, which is fine, which is what a corner should do. But for a fighter who has been talking so much crap, that's why he's taking some now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I saw the doctor come. They checked his eye, right?
They checked his eye. They checked his eye, and he couldn't open it.
Yeah, well, they were like forcing it open.
Yeah, they were forcing it open.
Oof. But too bad for him. I mean, not too bad. He got paid. I mean, it was the biggest fight of his career.
Oh, absolutely.
What a great venue. I mean, geez, they did a great job. The opening of the fight. I mean, he was walking out mesmerized, he
gave it a little dance. He
was like, whoa.
Look, I'm sure that it was just, an incredible scene there at AT&T Stadium.
Oh, yeah. And the good thing about AT&T Stadium, the TV is so big, you can be way on top.
Oh,
it's
absolutely.
like watching it, live, because boxing live is very hard.
Yeah.
Even when you're sitting in the front, it's like you miss stuff. That's why I like watching on TV better. I mean, I enjoy being there live for all the excitement, but you miss a lot of stuff.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
That's why I'm like, sometimes how the judges see everything. It's just
obviously,
right.
The judges are right there, but they only see one angle.
Yeah, I mean.
So that's why they've got three judges, and trust me, I've been right there.
Yeah, you were last week.
Ringside,
right
apron, and you do miss things every once in a while, and it's good to go back and see it on TV. I usually turn the volume off when I rewatch a fight.
Oh, really?
Just so I can make my own opinions as to what's going on and not be influenced by the broadcast.
Yeah,
because sometimes broadcasters will tend to gravitate towards the favorite or the one that is always on that network or so. So I usually turn the volume off and I watch the fights that way, just so I can score it more appropriately for me.
I saw a fight over again not long ago. It was a De La Hoya Mayweather fight. Mm-hmm. I think De La Hoya won that fight.
There's a lot of people that think that Oscar won that fight.
I know there's some fights he lost, like the ones they think he won with Trinidad and stuff when he ran the last couple rounds. That was a big mistake.
He absolutely got him his fight the last 3 rounds. I
rewatched that one. I was like, well, this guy's in this. He gave him the fight.
He did.
But he won the Mayweather fight. I mean, geez. I mean, I was like, God, it was clear. But anyways, that's a whole nother topic. But they're talking about Canelo is open up to a trilogy with Golovkin, Triple G.
But that would have to happen after he unifies the division. Canelo.
There's one more person.
There's one more. That's Caleb Plant, who's got the IBF title. The IBF.
He's saying September.
Belt. September would be it.
He's fighting 4 times in 1 year, right?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Now Canelo is actually staying active, unlike most boxers who fight once or twice a year.
He's in his he's looking, man.
He's 30 years old and he looks better than ever.
He's looking better than ever. He's making money. He's golfing. He's living it up, man. This guy.
He's out at the range with mariachis playing for him.
I saw that.
It's unbelievable, man.
We need to get some mariachis to play for us. Maybe we'll play better.
Maybe. God knows that, dead quiet. I shank it left and right.
Shit, I could use a mulligan here and there from mariachis, they could focus on them, not what happened. The ball goes out of bounds. So, but yeah, I mean, there's, that's boxing. I mean, I know there's a Fury Joshua fight coming up, some other fights, but they're saying Canelo September. That's maybe Vegas, right?
That would be awesome. I think,
hopefully
last year they were talking about having Canelo fight at Allegiant Stadium, the Raiders Stadium.
Yeah.
And I think that would be incredible. It would be a huge weekend. Can you imagine a big concert on a Friday night? Canelo on a Saturday. Well, I don't know if they could do it on a Friday night because they would need to get everything ready for the fight. So maybe a concert like...
There's plenty of places.
Like Thursday T-Mobile. Or Friday. No, Thursday or Friday at the stadium.
Oh.
Don't
have every banda.
Wednesday or Thursday at the stadium with a big concert. Then you got the weigh-in Friday.
Don't have
fight
every
Saturday.
banda.
And then a Raider game on Sunday or Monday night. That would be a huge weekend.
That would be a huge week.
That would be a huge week.
Hopefully they play my Rams so I can enjoy it.
That would be a huge week.
That would really be a huge.
But
they would set up Vegas right.
Yeah. Tell you who's not going to be there in September.
Who?
It's Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade.
Oh, the loudmouth guy, the guy that was after the one that Canal told me was gonna kick his fucking ass.
Tell you what,
Canal speaks really good English.
Yes, he does. He's gotten really good, especially with the cuss words.
He's like me. My cuss words in Spanish are better than my verbs.
I mean, Andre. First of all, Andre hasn't fought anyone, and he came in with a T-shirt that said Canelo and I can't remember who else are scared of Boo Boo. I'm like, come on, give me a break. First of all, this guy hasn't fought anyone.
Who?
Andre. He hasn't fought anyone.
He's a nobody.
He's a boring fighter.
He should fight Jake Paul.
He's at 160. He's a champ at 160 pounds, so he would need to come up to 168.
He's not even worth us talking about.
And that's exactly what Canelo told him. Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here, motherfucker.
At the presser.
I was impressed. No, I was like, wow.
Yeah, dude.
Awesome.
I bet you he won a lot of people over with that.
Go Canelo. Tell that mother. But that's boxing going on right now. But we got some big news. NFL. I don't know if it's big news, but your buddy Tim Tebow is actually making a comeback.
Oh God, yeah, my buddy Tim Tebow.
Football, baseball. Now he's back in football.
Yeah, well, he retired from baseball after he couldn't, make it in the NFL as a quarterback. Even though he did win a playoff game.
Well, he won a playoff game and got shipped out for Peyton Manning. I mean, what a bad deal for him. So, I mean, he beat the Steelers.
He beat the Steelers. Yeah,
in Denver, and then he's like, all right, you're out of here. Thank you for winning the playoff
game.
Any quarterback nowadays will win a playoff game. They probably get a contract.
Absolutely. He got shipped out.
I mean, Dak Prescott's only won one playoff game, I think.
Yeah, and look how much money he's making.
Tim Tebow, you win a playoff game, you're out of here.
but that's the thing. I was reading on up on Tim Tebow's stats. He has the worst completion percentage in the history of the NFL as a quarterback. 45% completion rate. Plus, now he's
33 years old.
He's 33 years old. He hasn't been in the league for 8 years. So now he tried out for the Jags, and he is probably going to sign, if he hasn't already, a 1-year contract to play tight end for the Jags.
Well, I mean, he's not beat up. He's not banged up. So
but he's never played tight end before in his life.
Yeah, but he's an athlete.
Oh, okay. So you mean to tell me just any old athlete can come in and switch positions? He's going to get on a 3-point stance, and he's going to block some of the best defensive ends in the National Football League. He's going to be able to block J.J. Watt. You know, he's going to be able to block somebody like that? No, absolutely not. The only reason why he's going to be able to be on that roster with the Jags is because of the coach, Urban Meyer, who was his old coach at Florida. And he's giving him, you know, another chance to be on the roster. Maybe he's bringing him in to be a mentor to Trevor Lawrence. I don't know. But as far as mechanics are concerned for a quarterback, you don't want Tim Tebow doing that. I don't think he's going to be able to play the tight end position.
Well, they have 5 tight ends, the Jags. So
okay, so you tell me.
Yeah, 6. There's 6 now.
What are the other 4 or 5 guys thinking right now?
They better step up their game because, you know, it's the class. What is it? The teacher's favorite, teacher's pet.
Teacher's pet
is coming in. So,
but you mean to tell me if I'm a player, and maybe they do, you know, embrace him in the locker room because it's a young roster. But if you go into a roster with a bunch of veterans and you get handed the opportunity to play after not being in the league for 8 years, what about all the guys that are busting their asses, you know, year in and year out, trying to make the roster, trying to make, you know, a team and have been there, you know, and that are close to maybe becoming, if not the guy, maybe, you know, one of the 2 top tight ends on the team. And then you get Tebow coming in and just things being handed to him. I mean, I'd be pissed.
Well, I mean, it's politics, you know. It is what it is. Tim Tebow, Meyer, they have a tight connection, and he's going to do what he's going to do. I mean, think about this. You bring Tim Tebow in. You got the new quarterback. You bring Tebow in. How far is Florida Gators University from Jacksonville?
Oh, it's very close.
Gainesville, right?
Yeah.
Well, guess what?
Yeah.
Tickets are be sold, right?
Well, that's the one thing about Tebow. You know, people
he's a Gator.
Love Tebow no matter what. He's that type of personality
they love him.
That
and a
people
Gator
go absolutely bonkers for Tim Tebow no matter what.
It's a perfect combination. They're saying that he played tight end a few times when he was playing with the Jets. I don't know when, but he lined up as a tight end a few times. So I don't know. They'll throw him in here and there. He'll be fine. What are you going to do? If Antonio Brown can make a comeback out of jail.
Yeah, that's a different story, though. Antonio Brown has got skills. Antonio Brown is fast. He's got great hands. He's a head case, but he can play. Tim Tebow, on the other hand, you know, not very good quarterback. Ran a 4.7 140, and this was years ago. You know, linemen are probably faster than him.
Yeah, who knows? He'll sell tickets. They'll be fine. They got to pay for the new quarterback. So, you know, there you go, Tebow. But, you know, Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams was on a podcast saying, you know, Aaron Rodgers leaves. He's probably not, you know, things may shake up for him, you know, there in Green Bay.
Well, of course. I mean, Devontae Adams.
He had a record break.
He had
an
incredible year last year. I mean, what he did with Aaron Rodgers was just absolutely insane. Most people couldn't stop Devontae Adams, but a lot of it had to do with the way that Aaron Rodgers, you know, threw the ball, you know, and where he placed it. But I don't think it's going to be the same if Jordan Love comes in. I don't think there's going to be that kind of rapport. So, yeah, if I'm Davante Adams, I'm going to explore my options if Aaron Rodgers is not there. Because obviously then your production is going to go down as well.
Right.
It's very simple. You know, and I think right now the Packers have just a complete, huge, and utter mess in their hands.
Well, I'm reading something right now that said the Raiders have been mentioned as a possible destination for Aaron Rodgers.
That would be very interesting. They would have to give up a lot.
I don't know. They're mentioning that right now.
You know, they would probably have to give up their tight end Waller. He would probably be somebody that you'd have to ship out to Green Bay because, you know, no matter who gets...
What about Leather? What's his name?
Leatherwood?
Leatherwood.
Hey, he's a great pick according to our buddy Gus.
First round draft pick.
Hey, he's a great pick.
First round and Waller, there it is. Right? I mean, there are you Raider fans out there. You know, you better do everything you can to get Rodgers because you ain't going nowhere with Carr.
No.
That car is parked. It ain't going anywhere. You probably have a better shot with Mariota.
He's a serviceable quarterback.
Yeah, he's a good quarterback, but he's not he's not.
But he's no Aaron Rodgers.
He's not going to beat Mahomes.
No, I don't think so.
No,
I don't think so. Even though Carr believes that he's probably the best quarterback. That's what I've read. You know.
Well, he can believe all he wants every time he misses the playoffs. You know. I don't know what he's reading or what he's looking at. Maybe he's the best quarterback out of Bakersfield, California.
Maybe.
You know, but I don't know about in the AFC. They got to beat the Chiefs. That's the team to beat, right?
How about the Bills?
The Bills are coming too.
The Bills are an incredible
Did they get a running
team.
back? They need a running back.
Yeah, they got a running back. I think they got one of the. Didn't they get one of the kids from?
They got somebody.
Oh God, I don't remember who they got, but they got some good draft picks. No, because the Carolina guys, one of them went to the Jets. I can't remember where the other one went. But still, you know, I think the Bills they're probably just a little bit behind the Chiefs right now.
So you got the Bills. Who else? You got Bills. AFC, yeah, I mean,
let alone in the same division, the Raiders are not even one of the top two teams because you've got the Chiefs and you got the Chargers, because the Chargers are a good team, especially with Justin Herbert as their quarterback. They got help for him. They've got a great first round pick as far as the left tackle is concerned.
The Raiders are not even better than the Broncos.
And so, okay, so we're putting the Raiders in fourth place in their own division.
Oh, man.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but Aaron Rodgers would be huge there. So, Aaron Rodgers, but speaking of the Chiefs, one of their players wanted to get paid in Bitcoin.
In Bitcoin?
Yeah, Sean Culkin, I think his name, maybe related to Macaulay Culkin.
Maybe. I don't know.
But he wanted to get paid in Bitcoin, and
what happened?
He got cut.
He got cut?
Yeah.
Because he wanted to get paid in Bitcoin?
He made a big thing. I want to be paid in Bitcoin. So
maybe he should go. Maybe he should go on Saturday Night Live with Elon Musk and talk, you know, shit about Dogecoin.
Yeah.
And, you know, tank it and then talk about it again, and the thing comes up
and shoot it back up. That's what these guys are doing. It's funny. It's like you can manipulate those, but you can't manipulate the stock market. You know,
that's incredible.
But that's hilarious. But moving on to NBA, we got Russell Westbrook broke the triple-double record to be the Oscar Robertson, right?
Yeah, 182 triple-doubles. You know what's incredible about Russell Westbrook is that for 4 years straight, he's going to average a triple-double. But it's so fitting that in the game that he breaks the record, in the last play of the game, he takes an ill-advised and horrible three-point shot, misses it, and the Wizards lose. Basically, it's the story of Russell Westbrook, who plays at 120 miles per hour. He can't slow himself down. He makes bad decisions at the end of games. And that's why he's been going from one team to another. You know, and that's Russell Westbrook. And unfortunately, you know, down the line, people are going to see his stats and they're going to say, oh my God, what a great player Russell Westbrook was.
Right.
But what the stats are not going to show is that Russ was never a clutch player. I mean, he had problems in OKC. He had problems in Houston. He's setting records with the Wizards. But he doesn't win.
I mean, he's a great player, great athlete. I mean, amazing.
He's a great athlete. I'll give you that. He's a great athlete.
He's a great athlete. You know, he just, as far as a team player, I don't know about being a team player.
Right.
You know, he's great. I mean, obviously, if he did that many triple doubles, I mean, Jesus. I mean, you got to think about the people that have done that. You know,
not many.
Magic Johnson. You have Jason Kidd.
Mm-hmm. Steve Nash.
CP3 now, right?
Oh, CP3, yeah. CP3 should be considered for the MVP, by the way. Because what he's done with the Suns,
absolutely,
it's unbelievable. I mean, the Suns were like one of the worst teams in the NBA last year.
The last, how many years?
Just
10
horrible.
years. Yeah.
Horrible. I mean, not since Steve Nash was there, I think, were they good.
They're decent, yeah. Yeah, no, he's amazing. His leadership,
and he's turned that franchise around.
He doesn't do this whole sit out like these other teams do.
I'm telling you, the Rockets would have beaten the Wizards with KD.
You mean the Warriors?
The Warriors. Yeah. Sorry, the Warriors.
Oh.
Had he not gotten injured, like his hamstring.
Yeah. And ever since then, he hasn't got hurt. OKC's not hurt. I mean, look what he did with OKC.
Yeah.
They even went to the playoffs, right?
Yes, and they were supposed to tank. They thought that they were going to get a real high draft pick, and they thought that they were tanking. And then CP3 came in, and he led them to the playoffs.
Because he's a winner.
Yes.
He's not going to... And what CP3 does is what Westbrook does not do.
Absolutely.
He makes the team better. You know, Westbrook makes him better. He's better, but he doesn't make the whole team better. And if that guy Westbrook,
that's who your Lakers need.
Who?
CP3.
No, we had CP3.
The Lakers never had him.
Yeah, they blocked it.
Well, they blocked.
Kobe would have won probably 8 championships by now.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that was the biggest. That is the one
hater Laker move in the history of the NBA.
Yeah,
and now look at everybody.
But that was done by the commissioner because he knew that if CP3 went to the Lakers, it was over. I mean, there was no.
But look at it now. And that was a legit trade. It wasn't like these guys stacking people. Man, they messed up. Man, you look at Kobe. Kobe would have probably 10 rings, you know, by this day. But CP3, but he's getting older though. Yeah, we need him now, but he's getting older. I mean, we had him this year.
But he can still play.
If we had him this year, oh my God.
Yeah, well, the Lakers wouldn't be in 7th place.
So are we talking about the Lakers now? Because that was 2 more subjects.
Oh, 2 subjects. So I just sort of like skipped out.
Well, first we're going to talk about your boy A-Rod, your buddy A-Rod from the U. He didn't, his deal hasn't went through with the Timberwolves.
Oh no?
No.
Why? Was that because of the breakup with J-Lo?
I think Ben Affleck's going to buy the Timberwolves now.
Oh my God.
He's going to cock block.
Tell you what, J-Lo, my hat's off. Not only is she one of the hottest 50-year-olds on the planet, let alone that she's 50 and she's that hot. She's
50
just
and
hot.
breaking hearts like crazy.
She's hot, period. And now she's going back to the guy that gave her the biggest pink diamond ring ever. I remember when that came out. And she dropped Ben Affleck back then. And now she's going back to so they started going out again. She's got no shame, right? Her game is like on point. She's like,
she don't give
see
a
you,
damn.
A-Rod.
She don't give a damn. She cuts you. She's worse than a GM from the NFL.
Yes.
They cut.
Your services are no longer required. Next.
Sorry, A-Rod. You have no deal yet.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Wow.
Okay, now we can move on to the Lakers.
She is.
See, she'll break your heart. You don't need her.
Oh, absolutely.
You don't need her. Cold-blooded.
Hey,
Cold-blooded.
you know what? If I can actually have that on my resume that I was dumped by J-Lo, I'll take it.
Yeah, you'd be like Casper Smart. You'd be a millionaire right now.
Hell yeah.
Dancing on TikTok. You know, she paid him off. He's his friend still.
Oh,
they said she's friends with all her
it.
exes. All her exes are her friends.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, I'll be your friend.
Yeah. You guys can all get together, have a barbecue. You know, LeBron's back. That's what they're saying.
Or so they say.
Wednesday, looking to come back Wednesday. Lakers.
Wait, wasn't he supposed to play
the Knicks? But he's not.
Oh, he's not. Why? Because the Knicks are good.
I don't know.
So he decided he needed one more spa day before he comes back.
Yeah, he can relax a little bit. Watch the Knicks. I mean, we can beat the Knicks without LeBron. We beat the Suns, the Nuggets.
Yeah, well, the Suns probably decided they don't want to play the Lakers.
But what about the Nuggets?
Like in the first round of the playoffs or whatever.
Everyone was scared to play us. The way AD's coming back right now looking.
Tell you what, nobody would like to play the Lakers in the first round. That's for sure.
No.
I mean, but I think the Lakers are not a shoo-in, to get even to the Western Conference Finals, if you ask me.
Crazy.
No. As a matter of fact, in a one-game playoff, in a one-game play-in, and if they play the Warriors, watch out, because Steph might make you cry and send you guys home.
Yeah. Caruso will stop him.
Oh, okay, yeah.
All we got to do is stop him. Who else is going to beat us? Draymond Green.
But
he scored 40 points a game. This guy. You stop him. Who's going to beat us?
Yeah, but the thing is, 60. he's got the ability in a one-game play-in to absolutely ruin your season. No. Absolutely.
We got Caruso and Schroeder was just garbage.
Schroeder's not even back yet. By the time he gets back, he's going to need an oxygen tank.
I don't know what happened to Schroeder. Do you know?
I think it was like a COVID situation.
He got COVID?
I think it was something like that because they said that it was health reasons or something like that. And they said it was 10 to 14 days. What does that tell you?
Oh, Jesus.
So by the time Schroeder comes back, he may not be in shape.
We're fine. We have Caruso.
Oh, come on.
Did you see Caruso freaking play a CP3 the other day? Oh, man. How frustrated was he on CP3?
If
CP3 wanted to...
If I'm putting my season on the line on Caruso being the guy that is going to... No, thank you.
He's the Caruso. I mean, come on. He was there last year. He won a ring. He knows what's up. I mean, he's one of those defenders that gets on your nerves, gets on your skin. And he could frustrate the hell out of you, So we'll be fine. Or put THT on...
I'll take Steph.
Yeah, take Steph. Him and his vacation. Well, who will we play for? It's one and...
Well, the seventh seed plays the 8.
Okay.
So right now it would be a Laker Warriors play-in game, and then the 9-10 plays
each other.
7th seed.
Okay.
The winner plays the winner of the 7-8, and the winner of that goes into the playoff. I believe is the way it works.
Well, we'll see.
So
it's getting close.
I'm telling you, the Lakers are.
We'll be all right.
They're tiptoeing on the high wire.
Yeah, we're rested right now. We're good. LeBron's good. He's rested. AD's coming back, getting his win back. Schroeder's getting
Well, LeBron came back, test. And they lost 2 games with him.
Because they're out of sync. These guys, they haven't played together.
Okay. And so now they're going to be in sync come the playoffs, especially when they need to play, on all cylinders to make it into the playoffs after the play-ins.
LeBron is a different player in the playoffs. He turns it into another gear. Finally, he gets...
Okay, we'll see.
He turns into another gear, this guy. He'll beat the team by... He beat the Warriors by himself in a few games.
Yeah, but LeBron has been playing for so long in so many, playoff games and way into June every single year. His gears are grinding right about now.
His gears are nice and rested, oiled up. He's got fresh gears right now, so he'll be ready.
He's got plenty of 3M oil.
We're good. So our players are starting to shoot better. McLemore, these guys are hitting 3-pointers, so we'll be all right. Just whoever we play first, too bad for them in the first round.
Yeah, if the Lakers do advance and whoever's like the number 1 seed, whether it's Phoenix or Utah or whomever. I don't think either team wants to face the Lakers in the first round.
No, because we're going to be pissed. LeBron's got a chip on his shoulder.
That's if they make it in. Yes, I agree.
Okay, we'll see. But moving on to baseball now. MLB, baseball, A's, Oakland A's might be a different A's team. They're moving. They're looking to move out of Oakland because Oakland's not building them a stadium.
How long has this been going on, though, with the A's?
But I think this is serious this time. As they just saw the guys that share a stadium with them leave and go get a brand new stadium in Las Vegas. They're like...
Well, the A's were supposed to move to San Jose years ago.
Yeah, but San Jose, these
Silicon Valley. I mean, they probably would have gotten...
They're pro-Giants. The Giants are doing good. They're probably like, eh. And what's crazy is that the A's always do good. The A's, they're a great team. Every year, they're a good team.
It's that Moneyball mentality. That's what I wonder. If they move market, are they going to become, go from a very small market team to a medium-sized market where they get more revenue because of a new stadium, just the whole newness of being the new kids in town and whatnot. I just wonder whether the front office is going to operate the same way.
Well, you put Moneyball and money together. It's kind of like what happened with the Dodgers. You have the guy from Tampa Bay who had no money, put great teams together.
True.
Come here to LA with money, we win a championship.
60 games.
Still won it. And we're gonna win another one this year. So.
Oh, okay. So a team that right now, in the last 20 games, the only team that's worse than the Dodgers is the Detroit Tigers. All right, the Dodgers started 13-2, and they've gone 5-15.
Yeah, we're hurt.
Everybody's hurt, but it just seems like there's definitely cracks in that championship banner.
I think
of the Dodgers right now.
What I think happened is that we what did we start off? 14-2?
13-2.
13-2. So we scared the MLB. And I think the MLB said, hey guys, slow down a little bit. There's no competition.
They got a call from the commissioner's office?
There's no competition. Slow it down. Lose a little bit. And then do your run in the summertime. I mean,
well, look,
how can you be so dominant and then go injuries and there's players play I never heard of before.
Absolutely. It seems like the whole AAA team is on the roster right now. Oh. Yeah. I saw one of their games the other day and I was like, wait a minute, who? He's playing what position? I'm like, wait, what?
They're out of sync. They don't have. They're hurt. We need Bellinger back. Definitely
yes, Bellinger. I think back. Bellinger definitely.
We don't even need an MVP Bellinger. We just need Bellinger. He's a threat.
Well, Mookie has been off as of late.
Because he's the best hitter on the. They're going to go after him. But if you put Bellinger in the lineup, you change the rotation.
But you've got Corey Seager protecting Mookie Betts, and even then, he's swinging at like a lot of really
low balls,
low, high in the strike zone as well, striking out a lot. Even though he's getting a lot of walks, but it's just not the same team overall. Not the same Mookie Betts. Plus, you got May, who's hurt, done for the year. You've got Trevor Bauer, who always speaks his mind.
Trevor Bauer has actually been really good. He just needs run support.
Exactly. It's sort of like Jason DeGrom.
DeGrom's hurt now.
He's hurt for.
But Bauer just needs some run support. And when Bellinger and these guys get back in, you're going to get, we'll get some run support.
The problem right now, I think that there's a little bit of discourse within the clubhouse. There's guys that are starting to voice their opinion. When you got a guy like Trevor Bauer, who always says what's on his mind, a Kershaw now who's starting to come out and talk and get upset over a guy in the fifth inning that bunts his way on, when they've got a 13-run lead against the Angels, and the guy bunts. It was the fifth inning, for God's sake. Don't get all bent out of shape over a guy bunting his way on in the fifth inning. If it's the 8th or 9th inning and you're up 13 runs, okay, yeah, I get it. But don't give me these, like, the unspoken rules of baseball, unwritten rules of baseball tells you that you're not supposed to try in the 5th inning. Give me a break.
Who are you talking about?
Kershaw.
He's mad at who?
A guy that was struggling on the Angels who bunted his way on, and from then on, the Angels started the comeback, in the game that ended 14-11. But he was all bent out of shape. He was all bent out of shape over that.
He was pitching that day?
He was pitching that day.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm like, give me a break.
Yeah. Well, what are you going to do? What are you going to do, right? I mean, I think it's still early in the season. We got a lot of baseball. Look, if we're going to go through trouble now,
we're still in
if we're going to have
beginning of May. You're right.
We are going to have any adversity. Now's the time to have it.
True.
Let's get it over with.
There's
Injuries.
At least 75% of the season still ahead. A lot of things can happen.
Just get it over with. I mean, pitching, we'll figure it out. We got David Price. We could bring him out of the bullpen.
He's hurt too.
Whatever. We'll pick somebody else up.
That's the problem.
Gonzalez will get starting pitcher.
He's hurt too.
I mean, Joe Kelly, we haven't seen him. I don't know what happened to him either.
And you know that Kershaw's going to go down somewhere along the line during the season because he's always hurt.
He's not always hurt.
Yes, he is.
He's not. He's been doing good this year.
Kershaw is always hurt. Last year he wasn't hurt because it was a 60-game season.
Well, he don't need to play that many games. Maybe he can do a Kawhi Leonard, sit out a couple games here and there.
Oh, load management?
Yeah, I mean, it's baseball, right? You're throwing 100 pitches a game, so I just think it's too early. Other news in baseball is Trevor Story might go to the Yankees. I mean,
that would be huge.
The Yankees actually have come back. They were struggling.
Yes, they have. They were horrible at one point, and
they're 18-16.
Yeah, I think they've won like 9 out of their last 11. Remember, we did a podcast a few weeks ago where they had lost how many straight?
I don't know, but they were losing that day too.
Exactly. I mean, they were horrible. And so it's a streaky team. Also they've got problems with pitching. That's their main problem. Giancarlo Stanton has been on fire as of late. And whenever he's healthy, because that's another guy that gets hurt a lot.
He's a hometown boy.
I mean, that kid. I mean, he can carry the team.
I mean, you got the Red Sox, man. They're 22-14. They're doing.
I know they're in first place. Who would
the A's are 21-15.
Who would have thunk the Red Sox would be in first place, the Giants would be in first place, and I don't know if they still are, but the Royals were in first place as well.
I don't want to hear about freaking Giants. I mean, shit. How about St. Louis, 21-14?
I'm telling you, St. Louis is always there. St. Louis is always there,
and they got Arenado. He's a great. Yes. You got from that. Why would the Rockies give up Arenado? I don't get it. It's Story and Arenado.
He wanted to leave,
but he wanted to go to West Coast where he's from.
He wanted to come to a team in California, but the Dodgers. He wanted the Dodgers, but the Dodgers decided
to keep Turner.
Turner.
I love Turner, so but having Arenado would be.
You've got what's his name over in at the Angels, the guy that came over from Washington.
I would have gave him up for the
Rendon, Anthony Rendon.
I don't even think he's doing anything, right?
He's hurt. Then you've got one of the Matts, Matt Olson, I believe.
Well, you have Machado in San Diego.
And the other kid in
San Francisco.
Oakland. In Oakland. So there really wasn't.
I think Arenado wanted to come to SoCal because he's from SoCal.
He's from SoCal. Yeah. So there really wasn't a place for him to go.
I mean, St. Louis is.
It's a great baseball town.
Baseball, but it's a boring town. But it's a baseball town.
It's a great baseball town, though.
I guess it's good for him to focus on baseball.
Yeah, but if Trevor Story does go to the Yankees, that's another Jeter type player for the Yankees.
Yeah,
because he is clutch.
Yeah, because you don't hear much of Trevor Story. He's on the Rock. You don't hear much of him.
No, because he's on the Rockies.
But if he goes to New York, he's going to be a big.
Look, you've got 4 guys that are going to be free agents, 4 great shortstops. I would say Corey Seager number 1 because of what he's done lately. Yeah. I would think that Corey Seager is the number 1.
He's got the MVP.
Free agent shortstop. Plus, he's the MVP of the World Series. You've got Trevor Story. You've got Javi Baez, and you've got
from Houston.
Correa, Carlos Correa. I mean, out of that whole bunch,
the Yankees are getting one of them.
Of course, and I think Trevor Story may be the best out of the other three, other than Corey Seager, just because he's more consistent.
They might get him earlier than later, though. Not
maybe a trade, maybe
or something. They're saying, yeah.
Well, if that's the case, they would probably
or draft picks or something to
trade for draft picks, and then try to sign them in the offseason. But it's a great year for shortstops after this. I mean, I would be happy with just about any of them on my team.
Oh yeah, they're all good players.
They're all studs.
I said one of them was a cheater, but I mean they're all studs.
Yeah. One comes with trash cans.
Yeah, one comes with baggage. So good luck with that one. But to end the MLB talk, Albert Pujols, man, they cut this guy like he was.
They did him dirty. The Angels did him dirty.
They just cut him like a freaking. What for? What did they cut him for?
I get the fact that he wasn't producing. I don't know what the whole.
He was in a final year contract.
Workings were there, but you don't do a guy like Albert Pujols like that.
3-time MVP, 10-time All-Star.
Number 5 all-time on the home run list. He was literally 29 home runs shy of tying A-Rod for the number 4 spot. 30 of passing him. I mean, the numbers are just insane when you talk about Albert Pujols. As far back as like 2015, he had 40 homers. 2016, he had 31. And then, he started coming down. 2017, 23 homers. 2018, he had 19 homers. And 2019, he had 23 again. And the last 2 years, 6 and 5. Okay. But still, somebody like that, you've got to be a little bit classier as an organization, especially when you're the ones that, signed him to that 10-year contract, which was wrong in the first place. But, there were a lot of baseball players who went on social media and they were disgusted with the way that the Angels, finished their relationship with Albert Pujols.
Yeah, I saw Arenado came out.
Arenado,
he's on St.
Joey
Louis.
Bats, Batista, a bunch of guys, Pedro Martinez, a bunch of guys came out and really let Artie Moreno and the Angels have it.
They're the Angels. They're a garbage organization.
But that's the thing. The Angels, and you know what? The Angels don't matter outside of Orange County.
No.
They really don't.
Riverside or wherever
they really don't matter outside of Orange County, that area. Nobody really cares. And that's the way the organization thinks, I believe. It's a very closed type of organization. And a lot of people think that, and I'm going to put it out there and people may get upset at me, but if Albert Pujols wasn't Latino, maybe this wouldn't have happened. I don't
know.
Figure, okay, if it was somebody else, they probably would have treated him better. And that's what some of the ball players are mad about. They say that, they did it this way because Pujols is Latino.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, he has a huge Latino fan base in Orange County and over there in Anaheim, but who knows? But knowing that is how they treat players, you go play for an organization like that.
It's going to make people think, especially if you're a veteran.
I mean, the owner is Latino.
But Artie Moreno.
Yeah, but I don't know. Who knows? But anyways, you don't do that. I mean, I get you need to cut people. There's times where you got to do things. But I don't think this, by cutting him, it's going to make a difference for these guys. Why are you going to do in his last year of his contract? Let him go out. It's supposed to be a retirement party for the guy, right?
Yeah, that's the other thing. If it's his last year,
if it's
how badly do you need to bring in a younger player, Are they going to make you that much better that you are going, because of you make that switch, you're going to contend for the division title?
No, they're not going to beat the A's.
Or the Astros, I think.
Yeah, I mean, these guys, I don't know. Whoever done that their logic is business. It's probably business, and I get all that. You got to be business stuff.
It's a team that's got probably the best player in baseball in Mike Trout.
Yeah.
And they haven't won a single playoff game in all that time.
They got one of the best players in Mike Trout, and they have one of the best, almost the best players ever in Albert Pujols.
Yeah, and they haven't won a single playoff game. And you mean to tell me that, so now cutting him is going to turn things around?
Yeah. I mean, he's been there for a while, and he's produced numbers for them.
Yes.
So it's not like he hasn't done anything for the organization. It's just the organization, they just can't do anything for themselves. You know, you would have put Albert on another team in the last 10 years, man, he probably would have been another, World Series, MVP or whatnot. But, it's too bad. It's too bad how they're treating this guy and and the baseball world. But that's just horrible. So
yeah, I don't know what happens with Pujols.
You got to go back to St. Louis.
That's what everybody thinks. That should happen. But I believe the Cardinals came out and said, we don't have room for him, or we're not going to sign him, at least not right now. And then the Chicago White Sox, where Tony La Russa is the manager, he came out and said, no, we're not signing him either. We don't have room for him.
That would make more sense to go to St. Louis.
Yeah.
Somehow, maybe someone gets hurt halfway through the season, bring him in, say, you know what, write it out here.
I think he makes sense for an American League team just because he can DH.
Yeah. But, I mean, St. Louis looks pretty good. I mean, he can jump on that team and somehow, some way figure to put him in there. Look, he's not a bad...
but they've got Paul Goldschmidt at first base, and you're not going to sit Paul Goldschmidt.
No. I mean, he could come in and do, bat for somebody or DH him or whatever.
But he's only played... Well, you can't DH. Only in, interleague games.
Yeah, with the World Series. Or stuff like that.
That would be the only time, because you've got Goldschmidt at first base. You've got Arenado at third. That's the only position that Pujols has played in his career, first and third.
But he doesn't need to play all the time. Just be on the team.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
but then you've got to cut someone, or you got to send someone to the minors to make room for him.
Right. Well, we'll see. I mean, I think because if this is the end for him, if this is his last year playing baseball.
It is his last year.
If he said it, I don't know if he said it.
It's the last year of the contract.
He's 41. Yeah.
I don't think anybody will sign him after this year. So this should have been, a guy like Pujols deserves to have that.
Yeah, going away party.
That going away parade type of celebratory season, like most big guys get.
Absolutely.
And so that's what I think is part of the problem with the Angels, basically, cutting him because, designating him for assignment is just the same thing.
I mean, shit, would they have done that to Babe Ruth and Mickey Mantle? And
no, absolutely not.
They're saying he's one of the greatest baseball first basemen ever, probably.
Yes, I agree. And that's why, it was, to me, when I heard the news, I was like, wow. That's pretty lame, Yeah.
The Angels are lame, so sorry, Angel fans. But you guys are, I don't know how you live in SoCal, LA, and root for the Angels. Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
There you go. Yeah,
that's why they don't have their owner isn't even not even loyal to where he's from. They're not even. They should become the Orange County Angels. They probably get more fan base, more loyalty, have that more pride and passion, or something like that.
True.
Sort of L, just whatever. It's like the stepbrother, like the Clippers. But we don't want to get into that one.
No.
But well, that's it, Jimmy. Our show for this week. I know we got some some special guests coming on, and
oh yeah, we do. You guys are gonna like it.
And I know you now that we pulled you out of Canelo camp, you've been hanging out with Canelo every week in San Diego.
It seemed like I was.
Yeah.
It seemed like I was. So yeah.
I thought you were going to join the Canelo camp. Come back with a Dolce & Gabbana jumpsuit. You know.
Hey man, if I can get sponsored by any of the brands that sponsor Canelo, I'll take it.
Well, next time you go down there, get a Dolce & Gabbana, the light blue tracksuit he was wearing.
Oh, the PJs.
Yeah.
The silk PJs.
Yeah, the Dolce they're coming out with. Even Reynoso had them on.
Talk about being fresh, dude. That's a fresh.
Even
look.
Reynoso had one on. He was even going around his lonjas and everything, like his D and G everywhere. So, but well, we had a last couple of weeks of good boxing, and hopefully we get some more good boxing coming up. Dodgers fans, don't worry, it's a rough patch. Me and Jimmy might have to go to the stadium tonight to motivate them.
Yeah,
we might take our shirts and motivate them, talk some shit. But exciting! I can't. Yeah. Next week we'll find out more about the NBA because season ends next week, right?
Season ends, and so we'll know exactly whether the Lakers, who they're going to face in the play-in game, what's going to happen. It should be fun.
Yeah, and then also this week Jimmy might have a date. He's
Man, you guys are trying really hard to get me a date.
We kind of co-invited somebody for you,
Yeah, and you guys said that it was me. But
well, you translated. I was trying to.
So translation means I'm inviting.
Well, okay. You didn't translate. You took over because I was getting stuck on my Spanish words. I didn't know how to say ticket master on Spanish or
ticket master
boleto. Or, I was like a ticket master ticket. But that's our show, guys. Make sure tune in and follow us on Instagram. Also, look for not only YouTube but all podcast platforms out there.
Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whichever.
Google, Chrome. There's a bunch of them.
There's a bunch.
We got a bunch of people listen to our podcast on Google
Chrome,
Google something, and it's But we got
Google Playlist. I think it is.
And shout out to you guys out there internationally. We got people listening to us in all over Europe and Turkey and
South Africa.
Hey,
more power to you guys. More power to you guys.
We'll keep bringing it. So if you want to send us a message on Instagram, if you want us to talk some more shit, or you want me to talk more shit about Miami and Miami.
I always talk shit about Dodgers and Lakers no matter what. I got to get them riled up.
We just want to see them talk shit tonight at Dodger Stadium. See what happens. He better bring his Canelo because his expertise. So that's our show, guys. Take care. Have a great week. It's all about.
See you guys.